welcome on my behalf from your Flute Accelerator. In case you haven't seen me, since some of you might be new, because according to the theme of this workshop, I asked a lot of the team members to join, so we can work on the teamwork. But my name is Mikko, and I'm from the Flute Accelerator, a project member in that, and I'm from LUT University in Lappeenranta. And also we have from Flute we have Alexei, and we have Marat, and I think we have Dimitri as well. I'm not sure. Yes, and also we have Virpi Haavisto from Avantage Oy, a performance coaching company. So yeah, I reached out to Virpi if she could do a teamwork coaching session for you guys. But yes, I think without further ado, I think I can let the stage for Virpi. And yeah, Virpi, you're welcome. Yes, you're still muted. There we go.
Hey, thank you, Mikko. Hey, thank you for inviting me. It's a true pleasure to be here with you today, and bringing in the teamwork bit to your accelerator. And as Mikko said, I'm a performance coach, and I work with entrepreneurs, startups, leaders, executives, specialists, very much in science as also in art. And yes, that's it, who I am, and that is what I do. I coach individuals and I coach teams, and also help in strategy and culture facilitation in quite many companies. So that's about me, and now I think I start sharing my presentation. Today we are going to do, or you are going to do, okay, it's about teamwork today, and let's get started right away. So first, the aim of today is to give you tools how to build up high-performing teamwork in your startup or in your company, if you already has it, and with your team. And don't worry if you are individual startup founders. So I have tasks for you to think about this topic. The program for our 2 hours today is, first, I give you a short introduction, what high-performing teamwork is. And so you can sit and relax and have your cup of tea or coffee, and then you get started with working with your own team, and individual startup founders can then work as one team, or was as a one group, more precisely. So that I think that it will be quite nice for you too. And then there will be time for discussion and for questions also. And hey, please, all the comments are welcomed in every moment of my presentation. So that let's keep this relaxed and efficient. Does this sound okay for you? Yes, nodding. Perfect. Thumbs up. Hey, so nice that you are there showing how you feel. Okay, here's a bit about me. So please connect me with the LinkedIn. So I don't know all of your names, so please connect me there. You can find me in LinkedIn, as also in Instagram, and in Twitter too, and in Facebook. So that is where you can find me, and also in my company page. I founded my own company 31 years ago as a student in University of Technology. And since then, the company has been there with me. I have been working in different organizations and companies here in between. But last 20 years, I have been full-time, 100% in my own company. And I'm coaching, as I said. My background is in organizational behavior and in leadership, and specifically in creativity studies and in emotions in creative work. That is which I know the best. So that's about me. And I looked at quite many of you are in technology and in physics. And I worked as a student in CERN in Switzerland. And so I think that you might find that interesting. So that's about me. And then we go to the introduction and some words about team mindset. What it is while we land to that topic. Here is the idea, I think that the main idea about teamwork. So individual, while we work and do our stuff, it is 1 times 400 meters. But while we work as a team, it's a collaborative work and it's more like 4 times 100 meters relay. So we are working together. Okay, then when we think about the teams, the best high-performing teams, what do then make some teams better than the others? Okay, first of all, there's the best individuals, the talented, the motivated persons, but also they do train, they teamwork and the collaboration. And in relay, by the way, it's the handoffs, which is here. That's the most important part of the relay. So that how does the handoff go? And that's a quite good analogy for teamwork in startups too. Okay, let's look here. So it's about continuous learning process, how to work as a team. So you have to know each other. You have to have that dialogue going on all the time. Okay. Then we go to the main part, and you are going to make your tasks with these tools I'm now showing you and presenting you. First of all, the 2 most important points of high-performing teamwork is so that these 2 points, these 2 things are super clear to everyone in the team. So the clarity in direction, where we are going and why, and also the atmosphere in the team. So that how are we behaving, how are we discussing, how are we having the dialogue with each other? What kind of atmosphere, the feeling of we, the feeling of togetherness we have there. Okay, this looks pretty simple, but there's many things in both these points. The first point is here, the direction. And of course, there's many different things inside here, but I think that these 6 ones, I have worked with many teams and this works really well. So that how you specify these 6 things in your team and with your team and together. And that's the point, so that you are discussing these things through. You know, where are you standing at the moment. So first we start here. What the goal? What are we aiming for? What we are doing? And then the second one is why, the purpose, why we are doing that, what we are doing. Sometimes it can go so that the why comes first, so that we are starting with why. And we have the purpose, why we are doing something or why we are aiming for something. And that's quite often so. But have that clear, why, what, and then the how is that how you are doing. And that's how you are that kind of separated from the others who has the same idea as you, but while you are doing it, how you are processing it, how you are doing it with your team together, that is separating you from the others. So it's about the processes, the technical processes, how you are working together, how you are doing things, what kind of methods, whatever you have in your team, but also your values. So that what are the values that you stand for, so that while you are doing your work, for example, equality or ethics or that kind of values. So that's about how are you making the things happen and the idea come true. Then the other 3 points here is the time management. What kind of time schedules do you have? What is the timing of your launch, for example? What do you do and when? And also who does what? So that do you have that kind of structured, sorry, difficult word, structured, yes, now it went well, time schedule, so that everybody knows it, so that you know where you are as a team. Then the roles, very important thing, so that who does what. That kind of division of the tasks, the roles, the responsibilities, so that any work or task or important thing wouldn't that kind of fall between the chairs of you, so that everything would be covered, and also in an efficient way, so that the work or the tasks wouldn't be done twice or third time or so. So that's the who part. And then the last but not the least is that which I call future casting, so that what next, where we are going next, what are our next steps, so that while we are working in a present moment, the thing we are doing right now, but also at the same time keep in mind that kind of long vision planning and strategy, so that where are we heading, how we are doing, how we are making it happen, that goal which we have here in the first part. So that's that kind of eternal dialogue, but keep that going. Okay, then the next point, and it is the atmosphere. And this is much more complicated than the direction. The direction is quite technical, so that answers to those questions, really simple but powerful questions. But the atmosphere is more complicated, and this needs even more communication, interaction, dialogue, and constant dialogue, and that kind of mindset of willing to do that. First here is the well-being and care of the persons who are in your team, the people near you. So overall well-being, both the physical and the mental, compensation is the need for salaries and that kind of stuff, so that everybody is taking care. Then the next, and that's I couldn't highlight this more in a context of startups, because while you are starting up, truly working with your company and your ideas, the hours might be really long in your working days, so that take care of your rest and recovery and the energy of yours, so that remember that while starting up, it should be fun and it should give you energy. Sometimes the reality is that it's a hard work, but keep that in mind, that take good care of yourself and the others in your team. Okay, that's about that. Then next, the trust and safety part. So that And this is something which is highly important, so that if people feel truly safe, feeling that kind of psychological safety, so that one can be oneself and one can be heard and seen in the team, and then it's possible so that all the ideas come true. If there wouldn't be that kind of psychological safety in a starting team, quite many ideas, good feedback, that kind of notions and small stuff and also big stuff would fall away. So that if we would feel that kind of hostile in the situation, we wouldn't give the best of ourselves, so that all those great, brilliant ideas we are having. So that's it. Very important thing. And the trust, the mutual trust between the team and the founders, and then when there is employees, then with them too, so that everybody can feel that they trust each other and they are trusted by the others. That's heavy stuff, but so truly meaningful and true. Then the next part, the togetherness and inclusion, so that nourish that kind of feeling of sense of community, the we spirit, so that we are here together, so that it's not just one person or two persons, but it's we are much more than individuals, so that it's the relay, so that we are as a team. And while you are individual startup founder, then remember that while you are having the stakeholders and partnerships with the others, nourish that kind of feeling of togetherness there too, so that the partnerships then would be much, much richer and great. As also these things, the well-being and care, while you are alone starting, then remember to rest and have your balance between work and the other life, the personal life and the life as a whole. Then the next three things are the respect and encouragement, so that also nourish and take care of that kind of showing the respect to each other, that kind of showing appreciation, notice while somebody's saying something or giving something or doing some extra work, using the extra time or energy to do something. And all those thank yous, those feedback we are getting and giving to each other are making us really human, and in a way that that respect and showing that appreciation while somebody is making that has been making that extra mile. So show that appreciation and respect for that, because doing that you are nourishing that kind of culture of positive atmosphere even more, so that it's an acceleration truly. And I'll think and let you think a bit more about that feedback part here later too. And then the open dialogue. I also already mentioned there in the beginning that this is that kind of the eternal thing, so that keep that dialogue open, and also all those positive things, but also those constructive and things that you notice that, okay, now we are not going to the right direction, or I'm a bit bothered with this thing, because those are the things we learn from each other all the time. And that is that kind of tight with that kind of mindset, which is called growth mindset, so that we are learning from each other all the time. We aren't perfect as ourselves ever, so we are learning from each other, and while we are learning, and we are succeeding while we are learning, and while we are failing, then we are learning even more. So that this is a bit like that kind of mindset of fail fast and learn fast, and even more than you might learn otherwise. So, and that's really much also related to the decision making. While everybody knows where we are, it's easier to make decisions in that kind of crossroads while you have to make decisions. And then the last but not the least part is the joy and energy, as I mentioned earlier. So it's really that kind of to keep up that spirit that this is fun. We are doing this from our free will. We are not forced to do our founding stuff. So this is something which is really fun and nice. Hey, that's that. And then we go to the next two slides a bit to, I would like to open up some parts. As I mentioned, the first point, the direction point, it's easier. The questions are powerful, but those are that kind of simple, so that you answer the questions. But the second part, the atmosphere part, is a more complicated, and that needs that open dialogue. And here I want to take up some work what researchers and companies has made in this branch. And I think that I really love the Google's Aristotle project. A couple of years ago, they found that what makes a team truly efficient. What is the dynamics of an efficient team? And I'm sure you have noticed this 5-point picture. But there, the first is the psychological safety. So nourish that in your team. And what does that mean? It is so that you can talk, you can speak up, you feel comfortable, and you feel safe while you are taking up also those not always positive things, and taking up different opinions and different views, so that you can truly feel that you can be open, you can be yourself, you can say what's in your mind. And then there's the other things. We won't go there further here, but I wanted to show you this, that's also that kind of empirically researched here. Okay. The second point is that in the psychological safety, there's 4 that kind of stages. And this is from work from Timothy Clark. He has a brilliant book, 4 Stages of Psychological Safety. And according to Clark, there's 4 different that kind of stages. And the first is inclusion safety, so that everybody feels included in the team. And hey, don't worry, if you are an independent startup founder, I think that while you are growing and together with your partnerships and stakeholders, you can learn from this. I think these steps too, so that how to nourish that kind of sense of psychological safety also with your partners and with your stakeholders. The next stage is so-called learner safety, so that you are vulnerable enough to learn, so that you don't need to be perfect, you don't need to know everything, but you are learning, so that you can feel and you can show your vulnerability in those moments The next is contributor safety, so that you are contributing even more, so that your work, what you are doing, your ideas you are saying, get recognized, appreciated by the others, so that you feel that you can contribute truly. And with all your partnerships and stakeholders, I think that this part is really nice. I think this contributor safety, that while your stakeholder, for example, or somebody you are asking services for, so that they feel safe enough to contribute to your work, I think that you are then succeeding, because you are then running that relay with them, so that you have that kind of team at that moment, or with your investors, so that they can learn, they feel that kind of learner safety, so that they can learn from your work, and they can show that they don't know everything, so that they can feel safe, and also they can contribute then safely. And then the last stage here, according to Clark, is the challenger safety, so that you can also challenge the opinions, the ideas, so that is it truly like this we are doing and thinking. I like these stages, because this makes the psychological safety even more concrete. And this is really, really nice. Then the one point I want to take up here, it's about the feedback. And this is from the work from Kim Scott, and she has written a book, Radical Candor, and there's a really nice YouTube and talks she has giving about the radical candor. And here is on the x-axis, there's this kind of how you are speaking up, how you are challenging. Here is so that you are challenging directly, so you are speaking up. And here's the silence, so that you are not saying, you are not contributing. And in the y-axis is care. Yes, care. So that are you caring personally about things? And here is that you are not caring shit. So that you are not showing your care. And okay, here in the first corner, here's the radical candor, so that you are saying what you are seeing, you are honest. That is the stage of honesty, so that you are candid, you are honest, you are saying what you are seeing. For example, while you are giving feedback, or you are commenting on some work while we are doing together. And then you are showing that you care about the thing, and you care about the person, your co-founder, for example. And then here, the second corner is ruinous empathy, so that you care, but you might care so much that you won't say the other that, hey, I'm a bit concerned about that work, that could it be looked through again, for example, so that if you are silent and you are not saying what you are seeing, so that kind of ruinous empathy. Then the third one is so that you are silent and you are not caring about the thing you are doing, or about your co-founder. And that's according to Scott, it's a manipulative insecurity, so that you are not caring, you are not speaking up. Not so good position to be, and not so fruitful as a team either, while you are starting. And then the last is obnoxious aggression, that kind of bad behavior, not so nice candidness, that kind of brutal candidness, in a way that you are saying things, you are candid, you are honest, but you are doing it in a not caring way. So you are that kind of behaving bad, saying brutally in obnoxious way things. So that I think I like this thing because this model, because this gives that kind of concreteness to that open dialogue. So that I think this is really, really nice. And for example, in science, this is quite useful too. Then last, I think this kind of lift up from the second point, that atmosphere point, and that was I talked about that open dialogue and that eternal learning mindset. And here's a work from Carol Dweck. She's a professor of psychology in Stanford, and she has put really brilliantly these two mindsets, so that growth mindset and fixed mindset. Growth mindset is that you are willing to learn, you want to learn, and you are doing it constantly, all the times. And fixed mindset is that you are not learning, you know everything already, or you think that you know everything already. And while you are in a team starting your business, you have to learn all the time from the others, so that you can't be in a fixed mindset mode. Okay. Now it's time for the workshop tasks. Are you ready? Any questions, by the way, at this point? Is there I can't see the chat. Is there, Mikko, in chat something? Question?
No, there's nothing.
Okay, so you feel free to write on the chat if you have some comments or some ideas or questions, so that I can't see them while I'm presenting, but Mikko can then deliver them to me. And you can also open your mic and just say. Okay, but then if there isn't any questions at this point, let's go to your tasks. Okay, according to those two points, the direction and the atmosphere point, here's the list of questions for you while you are here at this workshop with your team. If you are two or even more, the better. And here are the questions for you. And first of all, you might not have been seeing each other today, so just start with how are you doing, so that exchange your news. Then individually, on a scale from 0 to 10, Mikko has created a mirror canvas for you and for all the teams. And to those mirror canvases, there is these 2 points. Put to there your bookmark or that kind of your initial or whatever on a scale of from 1 to 10. How clear are all those areas of teamwork dynamics in your team? How do you individually see it? So work with that 2 minutes. It won't take much time, about 1 minute per each point, direction and atmosphere, and mark there to the circles. After that, please discuss with your teammates your views. How do you view? And then you can also see how the others has put their marks to those canvases. And according to that discussion, try to build up that kind of the teamwork together. And also notice here in the 4th question that what are the biggest strengths and the biggest development areas as well in your team. Notice at least 3, so that discuss those at least. And then the fifth is a really valuable question, and it is that what is your team's most central challenge at the moment? Recognize, notice that. And the next is what could be immediately do for the challenges here in the question 4 or in that question 5. What about in long term? So that you see this is an open dialogue, so that discuss how you are as a team. And then the 7th, what could make you even stronger as a team? Can you see it? Can you that kind of clarify it to you? And 8, your biggest insights. And after I have been giving you all the instructions, then we look how much time you would have. But I think that it's an hour or at least 45 minutes. But hey, for those who are here individually, so that you don't either you don't have your team here today with you, or you are individual founders. So here is the task list, the list of questions for you. First, presentations, because you are going to one breakout room, all the individual founders and you who are here without your team. So present yourself and also exchange how are you doing. Then individually, put all as with the teams to those circles. Put on a scale from 0 to 10. How clear are those things for you? And you can, because you don't have the team, or if you are individual founder, then focus especially to the circle of direction, because those questions should be really, really clear for you. And you who are here, you have a team, but you don't have your team with you. You can also answer to that atmosphere circle. Okay, then you can discuss your views together, but you don't need to. If you feel that you are not feeling uncomfortable enough to share all your ideas, you don't need to do that while you are from different startups. But if you feel comfortable enough, that's super great. Okay, strengths and development areas, the most central challenge for you, that this suits for individual founder as well. Also, what could be done for your challenges. And the 7th is that if you are individual founder, what kind of wishes would you have in relation to a team and teamwork, and also biggest insights. And you'll find this kind of the same points, but here is this circle so that you can easily put from 0 to 10 your marks there. And here's the atmosphere as well. And then here are that kind of a bit explanation, so that but no, hey, this is old news, because we go, and this is old news too. You can forget this, because we have made so that and this is old news too. Mikko, could you please share the Miro link to everybody? And also, I also want to ask you that is everything clear at this point for you? So that what are you doing? In the chat, you can find the Miro board. You can go there and then start working. And I would say that would 45 minutes be good for you? I presume so. Yes, 45 minutes to work, and now I go to the mirror too. I haven't been there yet, and now I can see the chat. Hey, Sergey asks, hello, development areas which need to be developed more, areas which are already developed. Hey, can you, I can't grasp the question. Can you open your mic, Sergey, and ask?
Hello, it's
hey.
me. Sorry for the backlight. You probably can't see my face. But I have a question. Development areas means areas which needs to be developed more, or
yes.
it means areas which I think which are already developed. That's my question.
Yes, thank you. Very good question. The first one, so that areas you see that could be developed even more, so that kind of areas of growth in a way while you are in relation to teamwork. Hey, excellent question. Thank you for asking that and making that clear for everybody. Mikko will put you to breakout rooms so that you will be with your own teammates, and those who are here alone, you are in one room. And while you are in rooms, I will visit your rooms briefly and help you out with the questions. Hey, if everything is clear, yes, looks like that. Hey, then have fun, good luck, and enjoy your time, and have a effective 45 minutes. See you soon.
Okay, I have opened the rooms. You can now join.
Really good point. So that
yes, and I can say that we want to repeat this task with our team, with those who are not involved right now. And I think that I will ask them to point 2 marks for everyone. The first mark will be for his or her own feelings, and the second about his or her thoughts about the company.
Hey,
that will show the difference. For example, somebody feels that overall situation with salaries is brilliant, but he or she feels not comfortable with that point, or any other question, respectiveness or something else.
Hey, really good point. Indeed. Hey, Sergey, thank you for that. And that's a good idea, so that if you have teammates who aren't here today, so that they can do, and you can then discuss together while they have been doing it, and seeing the recording. And
yeah, then probably it will show the gap.
Yes, indeed, to show the gap. And yes, that's brilliant. And also to how to use it so that you can make your own application, so that those are the points, because I see that these 2 points gives the language, that kind of vocabulary, or again, help me out, vocabulary. Say it.
It's vocabulary.
Vocabulary, indeed. Thank you. So I'm vulnerable as well, so that some words are so difficult to pronounce. Hey, so it gives you words, common words, so that for things which you are thinking in your mind, so that it might be salary, it might be trust, safety, or whatever, or the vision or goal, or how to do it, so that you have the common ground, common words for those. Hey, thank you, Sergey. Excellent. Any other questions I could help you with?
Well, if you don't mind me asking, this is more of a general kind of question related to teamwork. Especially today, it seems like, since I have been working in teams, it's hard to maintain the same kind of team dynamic online, via Zoom, because you can't see their faces or their body language that well. So it's kind of hard. So do you have any tips on how to improve that dynamic online?
Yes. Hey, thank you, Mikko, for asking that really good question. First of all, so that make the meetings a bit more often than you might keep the meeting, so that meet each other, see each other. It might be a short moments, for example, 15 minutes. If you meet weekly, 1 hour, 2 hours, but you might split it for shorter time, so that see each other quite often, so that you have the pulse about that, how people are doing in your team, and also other that kind of things what you might have heard before, but it's really nice to keep your cameras on, so that you can see that little, you can see the mimics of people, so that how people are, if it's possible to keep those videos open, and also to have short what I also recommended you to do, how are you doing bit there in the beginning, so that before going straight away to the agenda, what you are making or at that day together, so that to really a bit chit chat with each other about how they are doing, but in a meaningful way. Hey, now here's Oleg with the camera on. Good. Hey, happy to see you. That's really nice. So that kind of small things, but I think that the bigger thing is to meet quite often, so that have those 15 minutes or 30 minutes then and when, but also to have those longer, of course, those working meetings, but to know each other and know the pulse. Other questions I could help you with, I'm happy to do that. I'm here for you.
Well, thanks for that answer. It seems like really solid advice.
Hey, thank you, Mikko. Before Natalia, can I share your question you asked there in the breakout room while I was visiting your breakout room? Natalia asked a really good question, which was that how to balance between the daily work and the startup work, so that you are quite many of you are working in a normal career, in a daily work, and then you are doing your startup, and that's a good question. And what I advised, I said that if I would be mentoring you, I would say that keep in mind that startup, you are doing it from your free will, so that you are having your daily work because of salary, because of the money, because of the career. You don't know yet how your startup will accelerate, how it will grow. You are doing your work, and that gives your inspiration, and you have chosen it. But startup, you have truly chosen, so that you've chosen to do it, and keep in mind that keep it that kind of mindset, that it gives you energy, so that it gives you energy like a free time thing gives you energy, so that it's fun, it's nice, although it's realistic that it wants you to make really much hard work, and it might be frustrating time to time, but think that, okay, I can do that. I'm from my free will. I want to do this. This is meaningful, and keep in your mind that long distance goal, that kind of preferred future, so that where would you like to be in 10 years, so that with that startup leading you to there, so that and that's the one, the mindset, so that you have your daily work, your startup work, so that quite separately, and in a concrete way, so that while you are working with your startup, focus on that time, and then while you are doing your daily work, then put that startup from your mind if you can, so that to separate those two. And then the third one, to truly also look after yourself and for your teammates, so that that kind of holistically the well-being of yours, so that the rest and recovery and your energy level, so that you don't burn yourself in startup thing you are doing. So that's I think that it's that kind of I hope wise advice, and also to allocate time for the startup, so that you see the meaning in your calendar too, so that you have allocated time for that, as you would have allocated time for your gym or that kind of other activities. Thank you, Natalia. Brilliant question. And please, you can feel free to contact me if you have something. So you can find me in LinkedIn and in other social media, and link with me, and I'm happy to share and recommend you further. So good luck with your startups. I'm truly happy I could be here today with you this afternoon, and have fun and enjoy, and all the best luck in your success, and keep safe. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you so much, Virpi.
Thank you.
And I will see the rest of you next Tuesday for the funding workshop. Yes, once again, Virpi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let's stay in touch. I will end the meeting right here. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.